Protect the bombs.
Alright guys, so hey, in this video I'm just going to show you a couple of map insights.
10 seconds remaining.
What I mean by that is just typically some of the ways that I see
Down to 5
defense
seconds.
played on Clubhouse, and some of the ways that I see people
Bomb
attack it.
locations are secure.
So we're going to start off here with CCTV, as you can see. First, let's go over the walls. I want to show you guys what you're up against on defense. These two walls are going to get reinforced for sure. This one is probably going to get reinforced. These two are kind of hit and miss. Either you get them or you can leave them soft. You may or may not see those. There's always this wall. There is a rotation hole here. These two walls may be soft. They may be reinforced. These two walls may be soft. They may be reinforced. These two are definitely going to be reinforced. Rafters, these two are going to be soft. You may see these reinforced at higher levels. I've been starting to see these at higher levels now, and I use them as well. They're really good to hold on to rafters. Typical lineups you may see: Mira, Legion, Exo, Bandit, Doc, Jaeger are the most common ones I've seen. So now that I've shown you the walls and some of the operators or I've told you some of the operators to expect on the site, let me show you what Jaeger typically does. Jaeger will put 2 ADSs here. So for the person that plays rafters, which is typically Doc, because he can stay there for a very long time. If you hit him, he'll just get into cover, heal himself back up, and then he's back to hold it longer. Doc wastes a lot of time on the rafters. You may see either a mirror wall on this wall facing inside a cache, and this will be a rotation, like I said. So they'll use this kind of like use it like that. This wall is typically going to be soft, this left one. They might make a hole above to toss nitros in. You might see an ADS here, a mute jammer, some goo mines along here. Mira might play the mirror while they have Legion hold the stairs. Doc's on the rafters. Jaeger's probably roaming master. Bandit's probably going to bandit trick. Right, so if you see those operators, just keep in mind, like, you should already have a general idea as to where they're going to play. And that's going to make the attack so much easier, and you may not have to drone as much as you think you have to. Oh, one last thing. You may see a impact here, and you may see only one of these walls reinforced. Like, you may see an impact on this one, and then this reinforced. Just so that the person in garage has a little more leeway here, right? You could still get angles from the outside wall in, so that's basically how you will see the general defense. If there are legions, I would expect, if you do see a legion, I would expect a glue mine here, probably a glue mine there, definitely some glue mine on these stairs. I like, if I play legion, I'll definitely put my very first glue mine here, because when they open up this wall, they'll come to plant here, and you cannot plant if you got stuck into like a glue trap. You have to take out the goo and then start planting, which means you're here for a very long time. At least when that site execution is going on, it seems like a long time when you're actually planting, because you don't have your gun out. You may see some barbed wire here, maybe some goo here. I've seen people bring mutes or Cade sometimes, and they'll like lock down these walls, or maybe they'll put the 2 bandits on that wall and put 2 over here, get a Cade on that one, and then have Cade play the rafters, right, with the shotgun ACOG. And if that wall gets saturated, Cade will throw his second Cade then to Cade trick the wall, just really giving the attackers a hard time. Right, so now that I've shown you some general ways that I've seen Clubhouse being held, let's go ahead and move on to the attack, so that we can show you how to attack a setup like this, or similar to like. Alright, so moving on to the attack side of things, I do see a lot of thermite vents, but if you have the option to bring thermite, I would definitely bring them. On Clubhouse, I would highly recommend bringing 2 hard breachers at all time, whether that's a mixture of Thermite, Hibana, Maverick, Hibana, Thermite, and Maverick. Because one of the hard breachers is definitely going to get banned, I feel like, but you definitely want to bring the other 2 that are left over. I typically like to bring the Maverick.
Need to use your drone to locate
Just
the
because
bomb.
it frees up someone instead of having to play Thatcher, they can play someone else.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds.
Alright.
You must locate.
Let me just show
and
you what
defuse the
I
bomb.
like to do the second I spawn in, knowing that they're in CCTV, right? So I'll spawn main gate. If I spawn on this side of main gate, I'll just shoot out this cam. Though I would be aware, I have seen some people make some punch holes here. So I'll typically I'll spawn in and just come and then get the commit, right? Just make it a habit of pre-firing stuff like that. Or if you're gonna run out, like through here, someone's almost got me from this door. Or they'll just like melee it like that. Or maybe like this, right? And they just sit there waiting for someone to pass like this. Alright, so now moving on. Definitely watch out for spawn peaks, there's a lot of windows. I like to spawn on this side. You shoot this camera out from here. Shoot this camera out from here. What I would do next is these walls reinforced or soft. Well, if they're soft, get someone else to make holes here. I would get an Ash or Zofia, maybe some breaching charges, Bug, Sledge, make a hole there, make a hole there. Right, some entry holes. Holes big enough for you to walk into and maybe hold some angles. You could make them vaultable if you'd like. Now, the reason you want to make a hole specifically on this one is because you can hold the window from here. Plus, if there's someone on the rafters, you're definitely going to want someone on the garage door and maybe 2 people entering here challenging it, right? So when you got 3 people watching angles. Next, I move on over here and I put a claymore. Claymore there. Typically the way I see people deal with someone on top of rafters and ramps, don't try to do this alone. How you do it is you get on this left side of the lamp, or this headlight, whatever. You have to go a little bit lower until it tells you can change stances, which is about right here. Go upside down. And people like to hold angles like this onto the rafters, right? Angles here, and that's what they like to do. What I would do next upon getting the claymore is I like to definitely go on this little ledge here, go on my blowtorch, I get about this high, I look at this line, I get as close as I can to the wall, right? I go as far right as I can, right here, and I look at this line right here in this middle, and I go right about here. Oh, a little lower right here, and I'll cut across like this. Now this hole is to use it like this. Now you get to watch the mirror, you get to watch the impact hole there. I mean, there's anyone standing there, it's pretty good. You cut off rotation into cash like that. This wall is soft. Some people like to play here in the bomb or whatever. Just give it a good spray down. If it's soft. Now, if you've already made that hole and you want to get on this floor now, just go all the way to the right and go down, and you get on this ledge, right? Easy. If the wall is electrified and you want to get some angles into the garage, I'll just help here. And I'd start at this line. Holes like this. Get someone to drone out, garage, get a drone up the stairs, start pinging the person in there, start pointing some shots in there, help flush out the guy. He might panic and run to hide here, or he might vault off, in which case you've got those holes I told you to make earlier. You should definitely be able to clear out garage. What I would do next, you can even use this hole to get angles into the garage. What I would do next is finish this. Right, you cut across. Make sure that these are cut precisely. Right. I want to see the brick wall there. right? And then I'll cut from left to right using this as cover, right? See, brick wall right there, right? So I feel like I did a pretty good job at cutting it there, unless I missed the wood. Definitely want to make sure you get all the way to the edge. That might actually ruin it, right? Now, when you cut it up like this, the metal reinforcements have a metal bar that actually cuts down like this. So you may not even have to worry about that wood, but it cuts down like this, and it actually like chops the wood, like when it actually like pierces through the wall. So all you have to do is cut across, and the metal reinforcement falls out, and then this becomes soft exactly like this when it was previously reinforced. You could always get Buck, Zofia, Ash, someone with soft breaching capabilities to open this up, and all the walls opened up just like you would if you had a thermite. Recommend putting a claymore there, because if you have someone here, they might jump out this window and try to get the pick on them. And that's a really hard angle to challenge if you're upside down and trying to fight that. Right? So what you would want to attack CCTV, definitely garage controls are very important, and you want that main wall. Some holes to be worried about. If this is infected, I would definitely be careful coming up these stairs. And just focus your sights here, right? Because people love to hold that doorway, especially with an ACOG, to make sure they can get some damage on you. If not, definitely try to kill you on these stairs. I would even watch out for this door. I've seen some people play below here as I'm going up the stairs. I've done it myself too and gotten a couple kills. Now once you're up here, you have to be very careful, and you have to start communicating with your team as much as you can. Vaulting through the window, kind of dangerous. You might want to run across here. Maybe smoke this off, throw a smoke over here, right? So if you have someone with smokes here, throw a smoke here and throw a smoke over there, right? But you don't want to smoke yourself and because then you can't see what you're doing, and they can see, oh, the smoke's over here, and they can maneuver. You want to smoke off their lines of sight, not yours. Default plant spot would be here. Thing to worry about is I would definitely get someone to drone the bottom of this first. Maybe set up a drone there on top of the fridge. Watch this area, because where you're planning is right around here. So if there's someone maybe hiding here and they have a nitro cell and they're on their cameras or whatever, echo, whatever, especially if it's a Valkyrie, I would watch out. And they can just come up here, they give the call out that you're planning, throw a nitro, and you're dead. And now someone else has to go get the bomb and plant in your face. Like, so you definitely want to hold these stairs. You want to hold here. You can get someone on this window. Hold like this. I definitely watch out for this. I wouldn't go on this side though, just because of how, like, in the higher ranks, people love to run out of these ones. They're not afraid at all. They don't care if you have claymores, nomads, they will jump out. They actually do not care. So I just avoid that area. If this is reinforced, make a Maverick hold this doorway. Hold this. Just make sure you guys protect the person. Have this person cut off rotations. Right? You should be able to get the plant off like that. That's really all the control you need. And you should be able to win that after the post plant is just really holding angles. You don't have to attack them. When you get the plant down, your job as attackers now becomes defense. You want to defend the bomb now. You want to play it safe. You don't want to give them any kills at all. You want to cut them off from having any opportunities. Right, now let me go ahead and show you guys a bonus thing that I'm going to start doing now that I've realized. Some players, when they play rafters in garage, they're very, very stubborn, and they're very, very hard to get rid of. And sometimes you may lose too many bodies trying to get the people in rafters flushed out, and then you may not have the appropriate amount of angles
All
when you're
friendlies have been
executing onto
eliminated.
site. So here's a way that I would do to flush out the guy on rafters, especially if he has Jaeger ADSs. So let me show you here that now. Like I said, you want to bring a Buck or Zofia, someone with soft breach capability sledge. But Capital really shines on this map. Let me show you
Need to use your drone to
what I
locate
would
a
do
bomb.
is Capital. You want to start Capital and you want to spawn construction.
10 seconds before insertion.
I bring the LMG.
Insertion in 5 seconds.
Just for the ammo.
Your
Pre-fire a
mission
lot
is
of
to
stuff.
locate and defuse a bomb.
Plus, I love this scope. I wish this was ACOG. Sadly, it's not. So here, get Sledge or someone, or if you don't care and no one wants to help you or whatever, do it yourself. Bring the LMG. And make yourself a hole here. Alright, fall through here. I would definitely reload the LMGs right now because you don't want to do this in the middle of a gunfight. Look at how long that reload takes, but I mean, it makes sense. Right. You may not want to drone this little area out. Don't stand here in this vision of the camera too long. But there may very well be someone down here. I've caught a couple people down here, and I've killed them just because they don't expect me to come down here when they're playing CCTV. Right? But they'll hold angles here, or like I said, some people play here in the oil pits, and hold the stairs. It's a really sneaky angle. Right, but I come here, right, as Capital. If they're giving me a hard time, and I would just avoid getting in the line of sight of that camera, right? You want to move very carefully here. Right, and now you see that you have some angles here to play with, right? And you may be thinking these angles may be pretty hard to use as Capital, even if you have ACOG. But you've got firebolts, and when you change the firebolts, you shoot them at the ceiling and they fall straight down until they hit the floor. Alright, so get someone with a drone, or even toss up yours. Alright, what's he gonna do, rather? Drone out, and just recognize this is the first set of cover, second set of cover, and this is like the corner, 90, I guess, and then this is by the window. Alright? So now let's start over here. Now if you have a friend to ping him, and you can start dictating, you know, alright, that's the first set of cover, that's the second set of cover, and if you really want to get a shot over to the 90, you shoot this pipe right here. You want to line up here, like, I go as far as I can, hug the ladder here, turn around, I aim, lean left, and I aim at that pipe, right there. And that pipe should be right here, somewhere around here. Alright, so let me just show you an example. You could do this one and this one. Alright, and look at all this firebolted. That person is gonna have to move, and if you have the angles, right, if you have someone holding here, upside down lapel here, you've got these holes here, people coming in from here, that person is definitely going to have to run, vault down or something. That person is more than likely not going to survive, no matter what he tries to do. So yeah, and then now you can save your firebolts, come up here. Alright, I did say you needed someone with smokes, right? Now you can smoke off this.
Bomb has been located.
And if you want smoke off like that, let's say you block this line of sight, you can see what you're doing here, but they can't see, right? You block this line of sight, and look at that, you don't know what's going on. So Capital is really useful for CCTV. And, you know, the firebolts don't get affected by ADSs, so this would be a really fast way of clearing garage. You save a lot of time, then you can focus on opening up that wall, and now you have all the control in the world, probably within a minute. And you can start executing, and you have 2 minutes to play with. This should be a very fast attack if you execute it properly and you're communicating with your team. You know, just say like, alright, I'm about to shoot the firebolts, have people ready, firebolt there, firebolt there, and you should be fine. You just make sure that you have players ready here to watch them run. Even entering from these holes that I set down here, have them challenge here, have them challenge here. You really want to work together, guys. It's a team-oriented game. You're not going to ace every single round, so use your teammates. And then if you do firebolt, like I said, that's typically a rotation, like I said. You can use it, I mean, especially with the ACOG LNG. So that's how I see CCTV. And that's what you want to do.